Hello everyone, this is Shadow Dragon and it's currently Saturday night, August 12th. The devs put up the water powers on the test server the night before, or actually Friday afternoon. It went up like shortly after the live stream. But unfortunately, some of us are locked out of the test server. There seems to be some kind of firewall problem with a small amount of users. So I would say most people are able to get in, otherwise the devs would have noticed it. But when I logged on, my launcher was stuck at 0 out of 208 megabytes. And it was trying to connect to, it was like something.daybreak.com, but one of the servers that housed all download assets. And others have reported the same. There are at least 3 threads on the forums about this, including the one I put in there under support. I think there's one in gameplay and another under testing feedback. If you attempt like a fresh install, full install of the test server, obviously you run into the same thing because it's pulling the installer from the same place. So with that, you'll just get the timeout via browser, and then it's a 504 error. So it's too bad because I really wanted my first water video to be from the test server. First of all, showing all the powers, and then going through that process of how I picked the powers based on the guidelines from my previous videos. But since I have water in mind, the only water video I could put together at this point was giving a short intro to my character, the one that I'm going to do the Let's Play series in, and then she has 2 water style armories, and then I'll just go over how to put that together. I actually shot this the night before, but I decided to reshoot it because I wanted to switch around the order.
I got a toilet in my house.
I'm basically going to put the relevant water stuff like right after this, and then I'll go over the side stuff after if you feel like skipping it. Okay, so let's move along to the armories. So I put in a cut in there because the base is not finished. Like, only the front part is done plus the armory section. So I didn't want to show the whole base. When that gets done, I'll do a full tour. But, okay, going over the water styles. This is the first one. And I'll probably change up the colors when we actually get the power, because I like having the powers colors incorporated into the costume a bit more. But this is roughly what I'm going to go with for one of my water styles. So I think I guessed the colors mostly right. It's going to be, dark blue for the armor, and the lighter color is going to match like the special effects, which it looked like a light blue from the live stream. So, starting from the top, the head is Noble Warrior from the lock boxes. Just a nice plain headband. Nothing for the face.
I'm just like ants at a picnic, ain't I?
The accessory is the blue smoke aura. And I thought that was the best aura that matched water. But before even seeing the live stream, like I had this set on the character over a year ago, and I think I guessed right, because it does sort of look like a lot of the effects I saw. The other close one would be the blue vapor. Well, the blue smoke is from a pretty old booster aura, and then the blue vapor I think was in a more recent one. I was unable to get that, but I like blue smoke anyway. Vapor is a little bit less intense, which kind of works better for other colors. but for the regular blue, blue smoke is definitely my pick for water powers. Shoulders, nothing special. Actually, if you look at all of my characters, all of the heroes, the shoulders and belt are pretty much the same. Like that's like the trademark for my heroes. I use biomech shoulders, and the belt, since this is a lower level character, it's the DC Harley, so it's like a Batman belt. And all of the level 30 characters wear Dark Spectre. So, okay, those two parts have nothing to do with water or the water style. It's just that it's a trademark with my heroes. No emblem. For the hands, I'm using Adaptive Android. And that's a villain PvP style. But if you're lucky enough, you can get that on a hero via lockbox. And I use this style for a lot of my powers just because you know, the hands typically wield like a lot of the powers, so it looks like it's energized. And with that blue glow matching the water powers, it'll kind of look like what Aqualad has, like with the water constructs and how they wrap around his arms. Waist I went over. There's nothing for the feet. The chest and legs are Seraph. And I think that's a lower tier tank style. I don't remember where the DPS one is or the other roles. This being a level 19 character, it came from lockboxes. And I actually created this character a long time ago, thinking water was going to come out like over a year ago. So that's why there's so many like lockbox styles on this character. It looks like a level 30 character, but yeah, she's only 19. Legs, Seraph. For the back, it's Gotham Knight. And let me zoom in on that. The reason for that is the character is using dual wield weapon, and also having Gotham Knight, it's like two sticks on the back, again trying to mimic what Aqualad wears, because he has like those two handles where he pulls out and then they interact with his water constructs. And for the weapons, I use digital.
You haven't even offered me a drink? Sheesh, what a host. I'm going back to the bug cave.
And I should have turned Ambush Bug off. I keep forgetting to do that because he's pretty annoying when recording. Yeah, for weapon styles, I use digital from the marketplace because they're like a light blue color. And just bare hands for the brawling weapon mastery. So yeah, the weapons will kind of look like the same colors as the effects or something similar. So this is probably like the main water style I'm going to go with. And the second one, I'm not sure if I'm keeping this one. I kind of created it to kind of showcase that member gift, or the weekly gift counting down to water. I have the member version here, which is the enhanced Aquaman emblem. But going over this one, since there's a glow with the head, I went with Gemmed Circlet. And that's from an Amazon Fury 1 collection, I believe. Shoulders, same as before. The emblem is the enhanced Aquaman. And members can log on and get that now. If you're a non-member, you have the regular Aquaman. and that actually has a good quality of its own. It's like a metallic texture, and the member version is a glow. Hands, I'm using the same thing, Adaptive Android, for that glow. Waist is the same. For feet, it's Angelic.
You
It's
don't
just
know what it's like when you go away. It gets dark. So very dark. And then, at night.
Okay, Ambush
wolves
Bug is
come.
really annoying. I really regret not turning him off. I'm probably just going to take him out after this video. Okay, so yeah, Angelic because it's a simple, slim boot with metallic-like trims. Chest is New Genesis. And during leveling, this seems to drop more often if you have a meta hero, although there are alternate ways to get it now. You can get it from T1, and it was also in like a lot of the leveling booster boxes during those short promos, and that's where this character got it from. I think it may have been like the Comic Book Day promo or the one that came before it, but it awarded like a New Genesis set. But yeah, I picked New Genesis because when I was showcasing the logo, I obviously needed a style that had the logo, and I often use styles that don't. And New Genesis was a good match because the bottom part is like a net texture, which goes great with aquatic styles. The legs, you could go with New Genesis also, but I went with
What you
a
doing?
marketplace style called net, because the net texture matches the New Genesis one as well. For the back, it's Tech Ninja, just for variation, but again, it's inspired by the handles that Aqualad wears on his back. And the aura is Aquarium Aura from this year's summer collection. And actually, let me show the auras off away from the water. With the Aquarium Aura, I kind of wish they gave us, there was a version like this without the fish, because that would be a really good subtle water aura. And here was the first style. So there, you can see the blue smoke better from here. Alright, well, that's it for the water style. So if you're not interested in the rest, you could stop here, but I'm just going to go over the character. So I'm going to give this character an introduction.
Hey,
And-
neighbor.
Okay, I had to cut that off because Ambush Bug was seriously pissing me off. Okay, so picking up from where I left off. Okay, this was the water style that I had initially, and there's a reason why I picked these styles, because they're a variant of the main armory. And the character I'm using for water is named Aelin Shear. This is one of the main characters from the video game Kingdoms of Amalur. And if you're unfamiliar with that, if you go to my very old videos from years ago, like the beginning of this channel, that's the game I was covering. Aelin is like the NPC that helps your character out throughout the entire game. And she is Dokalfar, or Dark Elf. And she's in the game. She's just a warrior, like no magic power. She just fights with dual wield, and she's very stealthy. But in Amalur, like warriors in there can get like powers granted by the various gods, and it's often one or more of the elements. So it is a bit of a stretch, but like this was sort of like one of the name reservations I had, and I figured I could kind of like finesse it where she has water powers. And I mean, it's a character I wanted to use, so I didn't want to shelve her too long. But the style here is the closest I could get to what she looks like in her game, using lockboxes and low-level styles. So starting at the top, the head is gemmed circlet, Amazon Fury 1. Shoulders and belt I kept the same again across all the heroes, so nothing special there. I typically use the chest and legs from the same set. In this case it's Divine, and each of those are from various collections. But again, you could get those from the lockboxes. The hands are the low-level Greco-Roman, and there's nothing for the feet, because the Divine leggings continue all the way down to the feet. And the back is just a quiver with the time-torn material. So I would say the only parts that are not totally accurate at this point are the hands. The hands really should be one of the Amazon Fury 1 styles. I get them all mixed up though, so it's either Amazon Soldier, Pole March, or Hoplite. Because they need to be like a gauntlet with plate mail over, whereas Greco-Roman wraps all the way around. The shoulders should be one of the asymmetric Amazon ones. So I think the regular Amazonian from Gates would probably look good with this. The belt would probably be Shimtar to be accurate. But otherwise, this is pretty much what Aelin looks like in Kingdoms of Amalur. And her other style is like a lighter version, a lightweight version. Because there was a painting of her where she was wearing like a cloak. So that's what this one is inspired by. And then I just added the mask. And her costume would normally look like that armory, her main one. But just for variety, I kind of used lighter clothing. So the hood is wizardly. I actually get a lot of questions when I have characters wearing wizardly, because the female one looks completely different than the male one. Like the male one is a wizard's hat, and the female one is like a crown added, a crown combined with a hood. The cape is Greco-Roman, because I wanted that side trim to kind of continue into the cape. Shoulders and belt, same as before. The chest is the beach tank from, I think it was last summer, 2016 summer. Hands are formal. The legs are, I think that's Necromancer, but let me double check. Yep, it's Necromancer. And it's largely hidden because I wanted the boots to continue seamlessly into the leg piece. So for the feet, I picked Lethal Zealot because I wanted the feet to look like normal boots, but have it continue into like a thigh-high style. So let me go up here. Oh, actually, we can't really zoom into the feet that well because they get cut off. But they kind of blend in because black is like the main color, supported by blue and then white straps. But that should be all of Aylin's styles. So 2 are water, and 2 are just her classic Amalur inspired styles. So that's pretty much the intro to this character, which you will see in an upcoming Let's Play series where I will show level 19. Well, she's going to be starting from level 19, but the content is going to be lower. Because I tried to keep her low like for a long time, anticipating the release of Water, which was over a year ago. So she did level up a little bit through events and completing collections. It's a lot more experience than you think you'd get. So I'm guessing she'll probably be doing like level 15-ish stuff, maybe even lower. But yeah, I'll just do a bunch of like random leveling videos using water powers, and I think leveling is important because that way you're getting the powers a little bit at a time and not all at once. But hopefully my next video will be from the test server if they get that problem resolved, but if not, it'll be straight to Let's Play when this comes out, I think in September. Okay, well, that's it for now, and thanks for watching.